All right, so we need to have a serious chat about the whole online sales space, okay? Just the whole online entrepreneurship space in general. I've been doing this for 2 years now, right? I've changed my life with it. I made a really good amount of money. I've worked with people like Charlie Morgan and William Brown. I quit my job with appointment setting and remote sales. I travel the world every single month, right? I'm in Spain right now in this baller place. This is actually just one bedroom of a four floor place. You can hear some people downstairs talking, but you know, we can make a separate video talk about how nice this place is. But anyway, so I've changed my life. You get the point, right? And there's some caveats to it as well that nobody really talks about. So with sales coaches, because I know you're probably like a young lad that's going to get into the whole online high ticket space, you've been sold the dream. I need to get this on my chest because if I don't say this, nobody else will, and you're going to get fooled really easily. None of these guys, right? A lot of these guys do not know what the hell they're talking about at all. Okay, there's so many cowboys in this space. Believe me, I know these guys personally that sell you a sales course, how to become a closer, how to become a setter. I know them. They don't know what they're talking about, okay? If you're going to learn from someone who's got a really, really, really good track record or is still in the game, okay? Because here's the thing. Are you going to get better results than someone who's still practicing the craft or someone that learned it, did a little bit, dabbled in it here and there, and now sells a course on how to do it when they didn't actually get good results and answered in the game so they wouldn't know what works? I think you know the answer to that question already. I don't need to point it out for you. So this is for appointment setting coaches specifically because I'm an appointment setting coach. These are my competitors that I'm talking about. And yes, I'm biased, okay, but I'm also trying to help you guys because I see some of their content and there's this one guy that I'd love to name that just does not know what the hell he's talking about. In fact, there's so many people, but there's one guy specifically that I'm thinking of right now that I'd love to name names. Doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He did setting briefly in the past, didn't really do that well for it, and has made all of his money from selling a course and how to do it. Doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, isn't thinking long term, spends all his money on like Lamborghinis and Dubai and stuff, doesn't know what the hell he's doing, right? And I'm just thinking, are you going to learn better from someone who has the priorities set in like the whole lifestyle and buying, you know, renting cars in Dubai and chilling and like, or somebody that's actually practicing the craft every single day? Because that's exactly what I do. I still do appointments to this day. Granted, I live very nice. If you look at my content, it's not all lifestyle flexing, right? It's not all bragging about how amazing I am. It's talking about how to get real results with appointment setting. Because I still do it to this day. I've been doing it for 2 years and I still do it, okay? So I teach people how to do it and I still do it to this day, okay? And these people, like I don't know one other guy, one other competitor that I have of appointment setting coaches who still does what they talk about. And also when I look into their track record, they haven't been working on that great offers. They haven't done that much in cash collected, right? I've done about just over $1.7 million and that's actually undershooting it. Because there's one client I had where I don't know the exact figures and he had like upsells to masterminds and stuff that I can't track. So I'm only tracking the money that I made, the money that came from my appointments. So there's people that went on to, you know, upsell to higher stuff like one-to-one consulting and masterminds. $1.7 million that I know of has came from my skills as an appointment setter. I've generated $1.7 million for clients. I work with people like Charlie Morgan and William Brown. I still do it to this day, right? I know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Everything with AI as well. Nobody's worrying about AI. I teach all of my setters how to become AI proof, how to position yourself as someone that's not going to be replaced by AI, because that's something that's going to happen really, really soon with appointment setting. And these guys are not worrying about that. They're just worrying about how many Lamborghinis they can rent in Dubai. And it's the same with sales coaches as well. They sell you the dream on like lifestyle freedom, right? But with closing, the model with closing is hilarious because you don't have lifestyle or time freedom with closing. You don't, okay? You have it the most with appointment setting. Truthfully, with either model, you never truly have lifestyle or time freedom because you still have to do the work, guys. You can't just put a system in place and then bang, like you're just a millionaire overnight and you can do whatever you want. You have more freedom with appointment setting because you can do it via DMs and calls and you can kind of choose when you want to work. With closing, you are stuck to the calendar at certain times every single day, no excuses, right? And you have to structure your whole day around these calls. You have to be on those calls. You have no guarantee those calls are actually going to show up or close, okay? So you structure your whole day around these calls coming in. The more calls you take, the more money you make. So you are limited by how many calls you put on your calendar, which you are trading for time, okay? That's hard to do while traveling and also hard to do while having this lifestyle freedom, okay? Because you're stuck for at least 5-6 hours a day, 2 sales calls that you don't know are going to show up, you don't know are going to close. It's really draining on your energy, right? That doesn't sound like lifestyle freedom to me. Yes, you can make 10K a month, but it's a golden 9 to 5. be very careful what these guys sell you the dream on, okay? Like, if you're going to learn from someone who's a sales coach, learn from someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Their priorities aren't set on flexing about how successful they are or where they are or how many Lamborghinis they're renting in Dubai or how many women they're sleeping with. Learn from somebody who's actually teaching you real world stuff, right? It can actually teach you specifics about the model and actually has the proof to back it up that they actually know what they're talking about, okay? Like, honestly, why? It's like learning how to box from someone who boxed, like, had one amateur fight and lost. I'm not going to pay you to teach me how to box when you can't even win fights, or you won one amateur fight and you nearly got knocked out, right? And then you stopped and then started training people, and that's how you made all your money, claiming to be some big shot. Learn from someone who's either got a really, really, really solid track record, or learn from someone who's stood in the game and actually knows what they're talking about, okay? I'm telling you right now, sales coaches, specifically appointment setting coaches, it's worse for these guys. They don't know what the hell they're doing, okay? They don't know what the hell they're doing. I could rant about this all day. Just be very, very careful and do your due diligence on the person you're working with, because if you're a complete beginner, which I'm sure you are, you're not going to be able to see these things. As a rule of thumb, when you're going to learn from someone, you're going to pay someone for a course on their knowledge. Look at their content and see where their priorities lie, right? They'll sell you the dream of like, oh, buy my course and you can live this lifestyle. No, they're living that lifestyle because they're selling you that course, right? They're not living the lifestyle because of the money they made from the model they're telling you how to do. They're making money, all right, and living this lifestyle from taking your money on how to do this thing, okay? So be very, very, very careful. I wish I could name names right now, but I want to expose so many sales coaches because they don't deserve to be, getting away with this stuff. Okay, it's hilarious. Like, I watch some of these guys' content. They don't know what they're talking about with appointment setting. I've been doing this for 2 years now. They don't even understand the terminology or the lingo. They have no idea what. I watch their tutorial or masterclass videos. Right, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know how to handle objections. They don't know how to personalize compliments. They're not worrying about AI. They're not worrying about anything. All they're worrying about is how many Lamborghinis and girls they can sleep with in Dubai. So just be very careful with doing your due diligence on it, because they're cowboys. Okay, and truthfully, like, the whole lifestyle and freedom and all this kind of money thing, like, you can't do that overnight either. With appointment setting, I'm going to give you a golden tip. If you see somebody with a testimonial saying, my student made 15k in 1 month with appointment setting, it is so hard to do that with appointment setting. You can't do 10 to 15k that easily, right? You can do it. It's quite difficult. I've hit 10k with appointment setting. It took a lot of work. You have to know exactly what you're doing. You have to be on a really dialed in offer. You have to have a lot of experience. You can't do it next month because you know some guy that's going to put you on some role, right? You have to understand and use your brain to make these big bucks, especially for like a brand new salesperson. These people that are hiring for high ticket closers, high ticket appointment setters, right? For like really high ticket deals, you have to understand that a sales call for a really high ticket product, right, is extremely expensive to lose. They can't risk bringing someone in that doesn't know what they're doing or doesn't know what they're talking about, okay? They can't bring some random person in that's a complete beginner because he's working with a coach one-to-one, right? And just go, here you go, mate. Yeah, have a crack at selling this 10k program. I don't care. Why would they do that when they can hire someone that's already got the experience? The only way you can make these 10k plus numbers is when you're on offers like this. But to get on offers like that, you have to have experience, because why would they hire someone with no experience at all compared to someone who's been working in the trenches for years, knows what they're doing, has the track record, and can actually deliver, okay? Because it's a waste of their time giving it to someone who doesn't know what they're doing and has no guarantee they're going to perform, right? So I see stuff like, my student with appointment setting made 10k within 3 months. No, he didn't, right? And if he did, maybe he did, right? Let's say he did, would have started out with some decent level of sales experience already, right? You can't do that quick as an appointment setter as a complete beginner. A lot of these guys' testimonials are straight up lie. Like, it's a straight up lie. I know the model in and out. You can't do 10k a month with setting that quickly and that easily. It takes a lot of work. You can't just jump into the model as a complete introvert, didn't know what high ticket sales was last month, jump in, buy a course, somebody gets you on some role and you're making 10k. It's such a lie, right? What you can expect, and I'll be real with you, in the first couple of months of appointment setting, you can expect to make like 2 to 3 grand a month. If you do it right, 2 to 3k a month, that's a good kind of like target to aim for. You can get to like 5, right? It's quite on the rare end. It's going to take you like about 6 months, like 4 to 6 months to get to above like 5k a month, right? You can't jump in and start making 5k tomorrow as a complete beginner, right? There's a few hoops you have to jump through. You have to understand experience absolutely does matter in this space. With appointment setting is a bit less because it's an easy skill to learn, but to negotiate a payment structure that's going to make sense for you financially and get to your goals, you're going to have to appreciate that it's going to take some time to do that. You can't just jump in because you went on with some sales coach and now you're making 10k a month. Like, some of these guys straight up lie on their testimonials. And I was like, punch them for it, honestly, because it's so malicious, right? They're selling you the dream on something that isn't actually true, right? And I'm going to leave you this in closing. Learn from somebody who has their priorities set in the right way. People that have their lifestyle content, they do not care about you or the money that you give them, right? They care about themselves. They don't actually have good content, right? You just think they do because they're living a good life, but they're living a good life because they're taking your money. The model that they're teaching you how to do, right, is not how they made their money. The way they made their money is by teaching you how to do the actual thing, right? So learn from someone who has a really good track record and made most of their money with the model they're teaching you how to do, or is still in the game themselves, because that's how you can see they actually know what they're talking about. So yeah, rant over. Most of these guys are cowboys. Be very careful. It's just such a slimy space. And for beginners that don't know what they're talking about, right, and don't know what they're looking for, watch this video before you go and invest in someone's program for high ticket sales. Look at their background, right? Because you're not going to be able to see if someone's a bad salesperson if you've never been in sales in your life. You're not going to be able to see that. They can convince you by going, oh, look at this Lamborghini that I've rented to Dubai. That doesn't mean they're good at what they do, right? It means they're scummy and they're taking your money, teaching you how to do something they don't actually know how to do themselves. So just, yeah, we'll end it on that. Okay, if you're a beginner, be very careful. Even if you have experience, be very careful. Look at someone's track record, okay? Because if you're going to be learning from someone how to do this thing, make sure they've actually done that thing in the past or they still do it to this day, because this whole sales space is drastically changing, especially with AI. You need to be learning from someone who's actually up to date, and that's exactly what I do. It's exactly what I teach people how to do. And if you want to learn how to do this thing properly, right, and be in the game long term and create real long-term wealth and a real long-term career for yourself and do this the right way and learn from somebody who is still in the game and has done this in the past 2 years and has generated almost $2 million, people like Charlie Morgan and William Brown, there's going to be a link down below in the description to book on a call with me, and I'll show you how I can help you one-to-one do this the right way. Now, full transparency, if you click on that link and you book on a call, that call is designed to try and sell you something, so you don't be sold to, don't click it, it's fine. But if you're actually serious about making this work, and you're sick of people like just flexing online and showing you about how much money they make rather than teaching how to do the actual thing properly, click on that link, right? Book on a call and I'll show you exactly how to do this properly and in a legit way. And I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I'm going to do it properly and show you how it's actually done.